Good morning. This is the ISO GOAT here. I'm out here sitting on my porch, a little bit cool this morning. Um, just want to start this by saying I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I have any financial experience. I'm only documenting my own journey. Do not invest in anything unless you fully understand it. Do not invest off of my opinion solely until you've done your own due diligence and research. With that being said, crypto is a scam. Crypto is a fraud. Crypto is a fad. Crypto has no use case. What I really want to talk about is the true scam: fractional reserve banking. Our financial system runs on that currently. If you don't know what fractional reserve banking is, it's basically a percentage of deposits are actually backed by actual cash being held by banks and financial institutions. So what does that mean? So when you open a bank account, let's say you have Wells Fargo or SunTrust, which is now Truist. You put money in that financial institution. They are able to use your own money to lend out to other people to make money off of your money. So with that being said, banks are technically broke because if you didn't have an account with them, they would not have any money. Now, they do lend out money that they don't have, which I'm sure you guys know, which is probably why we're in the current financial situation we are right now, because they have no cap. Literally, there's no other way of saying that. They print money into oblivion, but then if you do it, it's considered counterfeit. Ironic, right? So, these bankers have put us in this very tough situation with everything going on between inflation, etc. I mean, you can see this going on all around the world. I know, in Europe, they just had a collapse essentially. It's going to start having some ripple effects, no pun intended, around the world as well. All right? And you need to prepare. Bankers hold a lot of control right now, and they do not want to lose that control. So, with that being said, crypto, I wanted to go into that. I prefer the term digital assets. With everything going on right now, the dollar is going up in value, but a lot of these other countries, their currency is being decreased right now. So what will potentially happen is they'll start selling our treasury bonds, and then eventually the dollar is going to collapse because they're going to want to save their currency versus the US dollar, which means that the US dollar will start losing value. When that happens, people are going to look for safe havens. Yeah, some people like to save. Cool, that's fine. You can save. But I'm going to be honest with you, your savings account is not keeping up with inflation, and inflation is a lot higher than what they are telling you. All right? I know the past 2 quarters, there was negative GDP, and they still didn't consider it a recession, but all power to them. You got to do your due diligence. If you invest in the right crypto assets, this is just my opinion. Like I said, I don't give financial advice. I'm just a regular Joe Schmo. You will come out on top. ISO 20022, XRP, that's the heavy hitter. XLM, XDC, Algo, IOTA. They are currently switching the financial system. They are currently printing into oblivion and trying to crash the system, so that way they can flip it to a new system. Just take a look at the debt clock. You will see how high the debt truly is around the world. We probably owe the aliens at this point. It's that high. Okay? Trillions, probably even quadrillions at this point, because it's been some time since I've checked it. It's a very high number. Okay? And the thing is, with savings account, they'll give you back a percentage. Okay, it'll be like 0.01%. So you're going to drop a penny in my account. You're not really making any money with savings accounts. In order to make true wealth, obviously you want to make sure you have, a savings account, a rainy day fund, things like that. But investing is the way to actually change your life and your financial situation. Like I said, do your own research, look into different things. But, with the blockchain, this actually allows us to track every single transaction. So there's no skimming off the top. They're going to know exactly where every single cent is at. All right? Yes, there's some positives, there's some negatives associated with it. Maybe I'll talk about that in another video. Cool, no problem there. But I do want you to keep an eye on this Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, although we don't care, which I really could care less about it. Today is the last day of the fiscal year for the SEC. And they've been settling some cases in the past couple weeks, or in the past week, I would say. Yeah, in the past week. So keep an eye on that. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. It might not. Cool. But if they want it on their books for this year, today's pretty much the due date for that. Um, with that being said, a lot of these financial institutions, you can even talk to your financial advisor. 9 times out of 10, I bet they tell you they don't know what crypto is or crypto is a scam. I don't know, maybe you need to get a new financial advisor because the world is changing around us and you really need to pay attention to what's going on. Blockchain is here to stay. Whether people like it or not, you may think it's a fad, you may think it's, this and that, a scam. If you do your own research, yeah, there are some scams out there. I'm not even gonna lie to you. There's probably plenty. There's thousands of cryptocurrencies on there. But if you look at the ones that like the World Economic Forum are investing in, the IMF, you know, different governments, banks, financial institutions. You just gotta take the time to do that research for yourself. Obviously you'll have some YouTubers at your disposal. I just want to quick shout out XRP Chiz, Digital Asset Investor, Digital Perspectives. Who else? Working Money Channel, Moon Lambo, B Rush, special spot for T's Crypto Spot. He really put me on, made me understand like the true value of what some of these tokens will be in the future. You definitely have to check out his videos for sure. I mean, that's where I get my information from. I'm not an all-knowing person. I just do my research. I look at these guys essentially every single day. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You have to take the time to do that. So just as a caveat. I do have a fun fact for you just to end this video. So there's actually 4.3 million XRP wallets. It's gone up since about, I think, 2 million when I got in, but it's 4.3 million XRP wallets in the world. There's 7.977 billion people around the world. All right? So if you do that math, that's 0.000539. 1 in 1,855 people own some XRP. As a percentage of the total population, that is 0.054%. That is under 1%, okay? A new 1% is coming. I'm letting you know that right now, okay? Whether you're prepared for it or you get run over by it, it's coming. Whether it's next week, whether it's the week after, whether it's, a year or two from now. Things are changing. You really need to pay attention. I encourage each and every one of you to do that, all right? I'm not here to hold anybody's hand. I'll help walk you through the process. That's no problem. I've been trying to put people on game for quite some time at this point. Ultimately we make our own decisions, whatever's best for us. I'd rather be in with the early adopters. This is a chance to get in at the bottom, the early adopters. Late majority, you're going to be struggling because you're going to be getting in last and you're not really going to make money off of it, And if you want to make money, you have to be a visionary. You have to be able to see the vision, And you got to think long term, not just short term. Not like, hey, oh, they're not going to have crypto next week. Just think like, hey, oh, this is actually, it has a use case, it does this, cross-border payments, it handles derivatives, it handles front end, it handles back end. You have to be able to have that vision, and not everybody has that. And that's fine, It's not for everybody, And I've had people, tell me, hey, you're in a scam or, this and that. And I'm like, okay. It just bounces right off of me. It does not bother me whatsoever because I've done my due diligence, all right? All I got to say is I appreciate every single one of you, especially those that are on the journey with me. We're going through this. Yeah, we've gone through we've gone through some haymakers over the past few years, especially with XRP. They've beaten on it. They put out all this FUD. Shout out to those people that have held strong. But definitely invest in XRP, ISO coins as well, XDC, XLM, Algo, IOTA. Just make sure you do your research first, okay? So don't just jump in. Take some time, do some research for yourself. Once again, not a financial advisor. I definitely appreciate y'all's time. This is a little bit longer video, so my apologies on that. But hopefully it doesn't cut off because I'm using it on my laptop now. I will catch y'all next time. ISO Gold out.